Hey Taurus, it's Meg with Padmes, and I'm doing your mid-month energy check for April. We're calling in your angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light, because I don't want to talk to anybody else. And we're getting your energy for mid-month April. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is going on with you, Taurus? And I'm calling in Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel's coming a lot lately. So asking Gabriel for your divine right messages, for your highest good, your most benevolent outcomes for April. What is going on, Taurus? All right. The first thing that I'm noticing here is your heart of the situation. And the heart of the situation, it looks like there's some kind of unfinished business when it comes to studying, when it comes to the beginning of creating a solid foundation for something. This is gathering information. This is being the student. And there's some kind of completion that wants to happen that is not complete yet. It looks like that is the focus of what's going on, gathering this information. Underlying the situation has to do with victory, has to do with gaining access to information, getting really clear on what it is that information is. We're going to go through and we're going to clarify all of this, Taurus. So let's get the whole big picture first. So speaking of big picture, there's something with the big picture that there's like a door that has been closed. So there's some door that's been closed, or it seems like it's been closed, and the heart of the situation is talking about unfinished business or unfinished information gathering. So it seems like there's a lack of information that has been gathered. Seemingly the door is closed to that. So let's check it out. Happening now and into the near future, there's one line of communication going on, or there's lack of reciprocity. So there's one party who's giving more time, energy, effort, love, information. There's one source that's giving more than the other source. Okay, your higher self is talking about complete love. I'm hearing some strategy. I'm hearing love strategy, which is interesting because these two cards together would be that love strategy coming from this place of strategizing something. And it doesn't necessarily mean romantic love, but it could. So it's almost like something just started and something just ended. So your higher self is talking about this great love fulfillment and brand new energy and love. And your angels and guides are talking about that being a focus. Let's look at this. It's release the idea that there's no regret here. I feel like somebody's attitude has been forced, is what I'm hearing. It's like somebody is having to make a decision that they're not necessarily wanting to make when it comes to closing this door. And here it's like there's resistance to emotionally moving forward and moving on. Past, present, future. In the past, there's something that has come to an end. There's some kind of old energy that's been released, or an old relationship has been released. Past. And then happening now, here's this Queen of Cups. She looks really upset and sad and disappointed because there's been an ending to something. The Lover's card reversed. So also, again, here's the Six of Swords in the outcome, in the trajectory. And this trajectory, the Six of Swords is reversed. So this is like, there's a rite of passage that's not happening. There's a rite of passage that isn't ready to happen yet. Here we have resistance to moving forward emotionally. It feels like, Taurus, perhaps you started something new, but someone else is very upset about you starting something new. Or this could even be some kind of new project that took the place of an actual relationship. Okay, your advice is talking about not leveling up a commitment. And that's literally your advice. This could be leveling up a commitment, though. This could be work related. Here's the Hierophant reversed. So if this is job related or work related, this could be not advice on not leveling up a job or deciphering what you are taking seriously, a relationship or a job or a project. So let's get some clarification on this, Taurus. What is going on? I think I'm getting a couple of different streams. Somebody is being distracted by job type energy when it comes to relationship. And there's another stream of consciousness where there's a new relationship that has happened or a new person that wants to be a new person. It's like you're interested in someone new and you're wanting to get more information about them, and that is the distraction for this other relationship. So this card just jumped out. Here's the Hermit, and it's reversed. A lot of times for me, this is you trying to really isolate your energy or clear your space of someone else's energy. So let's go ahead and start clarifying what's going on here, Taurus, because so far there's an ending, there's a new beginning, there's not moving on. There's a lot of confused energy here. So let's see what's going on. I want to look at your big picture, this door that is closed, right? There's so many different possibilities. There are so many different options here. You've closed one door, but there are a lot of other options. You've closed one door because you're looking at and pursuing other options. Okay. So let's look at the heart of the situation. Here's some unfinished business. While it's like the thing that you're trying to close the door to, there's unfinished business here, but you're already starting to gather information for the next thing. So this can be you, Taurus, or this can be the person that you're dealing with. But let's check that out. Yeah, there's a lot of fast information coming. And it is imbalanced. The reason the imbalance is there is because that door that's trying to close isn't completely closed. I just want to ask, what does it need in order to fully close? What does it need to finish that cycle? What does that cycle need to close out? Right, and it's like I need to kind of go into cocoon mode. This is also, it has a lot to do with this getting clear, getting your energy clear so you can figure out what it is that you want. This Hanged Man is all about putting things on pause while you basically incubate, while you go into that cocoon to look at some things differently while you evaluate what it is that you need. That's pretty much what's going on in the heart of the situation too. There's this unclosed cycle, but you're evaluating what's going on in there or starting something new here, but closing the door so you can evaluate all of your options. And let's look at what's happening now and into the near future. So here is that Six of Pentacles reversed. And that Six of Pentacles reversed is saying there's some sort of challenge to the flow of resources coming in, or one person is giving more than the other person. So give me some clarification on that. Yeah, and this has to do with some kind of relationship. This is building the foundation. So it's like the foundation's being built. One person is giving more energy to build that foundation than the other person. And release the idea that there's not going to be regret here. Let's look at some clarification around that. What's going on? Somebody feels like they're an expert at this, or that they have to make a decision. It's like they're being forced to make a decision, or their attitude is being forced about making a decision. It's almost like somebody is being given an ultimatum, or if you don't choose this now, you're not going to be able to have this, or something like that. And here is the resistance. I have emotional resistance to moving forward. Let's get some clarity on that. Right. I have emotional resistance to moving forward, but what's going on is energy's coming in, energy's going out, energy's coming in, energy's going out. So it's like, I basically don't want to let somebody go, but I also don't want to commit to them. I don't want to fully commit to them, but I don't want to completely let go of them either. And so that's why all of this, okay, let's put this on pause. Let's get into, it's like your advice is to get into your own energy and figure out what it is that you want. And your advice also is not to offer an up-leveled commitment to anything just yet. It's like, don't make a decision just yet. But this is also about doing something that is good for you and not necessarily just because it's good for somebody else. So here, this is coming from the truth or coming from knowledge about needing to cut something out of your life that's not working. Let's get some clarification on that, Taurus. And this is like coming from a battle, being the victor. So coming from a battle, it's a bloody battle, it's a hardship, but you end up winning. So you've won something. I want to know what you've won. Even if it's been difficult, you came out on top. What did you win? Wow. So what you won is this ability to open your heart and receive. What I feel like you won, all of a sudden you realized you had all these options. You opened yourself up to your highest and your greatest good, and you have all of these options. But there's something in the past that you're not necessarily willing to let go of just yet. Here's that rite of passage of ending things, and you're not willing to walk through that door. So there's this unfinished business around that. You need to decide what it is that you want in order to move forward. And Taurus, this could be you, but this could be somebody else. I keep feeling like this is you, though. And it feels like you have come into a place where there's more opportunity for love. Like there's something that's opened your heart and it's really exciting. And it feels, this is your cup overflowing with love. Okay. I want to get some clarification on that. Right. It's like I had something really good in the past, but now what's next? There's something else. There's something more. It looks like you're looking at all of your options, Taurus, and you're trying to figure out what you really want. And that's your advice too. This is you focusing. Your angels and guides are telling you to focus on the things that are making you happy and the things that aren't making you happy. Wow. Your angels and guides are clarifying that with not making a decision right now. You have to take some time for yourself, get into your own space and get into your own energy and figure out what it is that you want. Okay, let's look at this past, present, and future and get some clarification. There's something in the past, the door closed. There's something in the past that you have releasing something from your past, releasing a relationship, not holding on to the past and being able to move forward and let go, or that's the process or the cycle that started. Clarifying that is closing the door. This is the Page of Wands again. We got the Page of Wands for your big picture. This is all about, should I stay or should I go? Wow. This other card wants to come out too. This is you being strong. This is you taming your emotions, having control of your emotions, having control of, I even want to say outside influences. You need to get into your own energy and figure out what it is that you want. This doesn't have anything to do with everybody else saying, everybody said we had it. You know that song, everybody said we had it. It doesn't matter what everybody else sees or thinks or feels that you should be or what you look like or what this relationship looks like or how perfect it is. This is you being strong, figuring out what you need. Okay, there is someone who is upset about this. This is a feminine energy, not gender specific, but somebody is feeling intrinsically sad and upset. I even want to say somebody's feeling released. Somebody's feeling, I say released because it doesn't feel like abandonment for some reason. It's lighter than that, even though it's really sad and disappointing. And this is definitely somebody's made a choice to leave somebody else behind or leave somebody out of this relationship. We're going to clarify that. And we're clarifying that with love, with this kindred spiritship. This person was definitely or is definitely a kindred spirit. They're still it looks like you're still in communication with them. And it looks like you're the counterpart to this Queen of Cups. Here's the King of Cups. There's definitely a kindred spiritship here. And it does look like you're in communication, or at least you're going to be in communication if you haven't been. Looks like you have been though. But so that's happening now. What also looks like is happening is there's communication with a new person as well. There's a kindred spiritship with a new person as well, but the last thing has not closed out yet. The last relationship hasn't closed out completely. Whoa. So when I'm asking for clarification about your trajectory, where that rite of passage hasn't come into fruition, we get the Tower card. Here's the Tower. Here's a big change. Here's the blow you out of the water, pull the rug out from under you type of change. But I feel like this is a self-induced change, Taurus, that you choose. This looks like a breakup. This looks like a relationship switcheroo. And I'm asking for more. Oh. And this also looks like there's going to be a lot of heartbreak caused with this. Somebody is going to cause a lot of heartbreak. And it's some unexpected heartbreak. I want to clarify with this Lenormand, maybe Lenormand here. So let's clarify this heartbreak and this big Tower moment and this big breakup. Wow. Yep. This is, I even want to say divine, a divine ending. This is definitely an ending to one thing and a beginning of something else. I feel like someone has said, I'm not going to get into a relationship if you're in a relationship already. I feel like the relationship that you're in, there's like this hardship of leaving it. Feels like it's been around for a long time. Doesn't feel like it's a bad thing. Feels like even there might have been plans for a marriage or engagement or something. And I want to clarify that. Right. This is like, I have resistance to leaving that because it's a good thing and I know this thing. It even feels like this is a kindred spiritship and you're walking out of a kindred spiritship into a different kindred spiritship. So these are soulmate relationships that you're dealing with. And there's just a lot of healing that needs to be done with that past one. You know, Taurus, I want to ask, what is your advice around this past relationship? What is your advice around it? What needs to happen in this past relationship? And wow, there's this moving on element. There's this moving on to something different, moving on to something that feels like that's what you need right now in the present moment, rather than turning back and building. You're moving forward and building into the future. So I want to ask, what is it that you need with this new relationship? Or what is it that is here for you in this new relationship? You know, what's really interesting is this is like water under the bridge. This is like, there's nothing actually better about this relationship than the last one. It's just different. It's just new. It's just different. I want to ask your higher self about this. There's going to be a lot of pain here for leaving the past and moving on into a different relationship into the future. And your higher self is talking about not really having any conviction around this. So again, Taurus, what's coming up is getting into your own energy and figuring out what it is that you are needing. Are you needing to build from the past and heal heal that relationship and move forward with that relationship? Or are you needing to let it go and start something new for yourself? It's like figuring out what it is that you exactly need, because one is not better than the other. They're just different. I want to ask your angels and guides, which before your angels and guides are like, don't make a decision. You need to focus on what it is that you want, because that's not right, that's not wrong. It just is. Do you need stability and history, or do you need something new, and why? Those are the self-inquiries around creating this decision, making this decision, right? Your angels and guides again are saying, just go slow and build step by step, make a foundation. I don't feel like this is a fling. I don't feel like either one of these things would be or are. And again, I want to ask about the big picture. Wow, the big picture is talking about the Emperor. This is about having complete control over your dynamics, over your empire, over yourself. You want to be the king of, or the emperor of the land. And this is not gender specific. This is being action oriented, about having control over your life. Okay. So I want to ask your angels and guides, Taurus, for some guidance here about you moving forward. You know what? I'm also being guided to pull one more for your happening now and into the near future. So let's just do that. Wow. Happening now and into the near future. Okay, so your guides and angels are saying, just hold up, don't make any decisions, and sit in your own energy and figure out what it is that you want. But what's happening now and into the near future is it looks like you make a decision for something new. And what happens in the trajectory is that you make this decision to end that thing, end that previous thing. So now I want to ask your angels and guides for any messages they want to give you. Wow, love begins. This is the Ace of Cups. This is the new beginning in love. We're going to have two more here. The new beginning in love, Taurus. And here's the Nine of Swords, but it's reversed. Suffering in silence. It's like overcoming all of that stress and all of that anxiety about making this decision. Ooh. And then we have the Four of Pentacles reversed, firm foundation. But this is what you had underlying. This is about opening your heart space, opening your heart to receive, being able to manifest by clearing the blockages of the heart and opening to receive what matches you. Wow, Taurus, that's beautiful. I know that it seems really difficult at first to have to make difficult decisions. Yet this looks like moving forward into your future. There's reason for it, and it is beautiful. All right, Taurus, thank you for being with me here at your mid-month reading, and I'll be back toward the end of the month. Let me know how this resonated, and I will see you soon.